I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I'm stepping in,
approaching drop zone.
Turn to a beast when I'm rapping. I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I'm stepping in, I get a couple weapons. Yeah, turn to a beast when I'm rapping. Ready?
Let's go.
Real name Anita Williams, Bangalore joined the Apex Games as a professional soldier to raise money so she can travel home to reunite with her family. She unfortunately lost her brother, Jackson, during a combat situation against a militia group after he decided to stay behind during an escape situation to make sure Bangalore got away safely. Bangalore can be used for support and to lend a hand at turning a combat situation into what I call organised chaos. What do I mean by that? Her abilities may show you what I mean.
You're just another KIA on my resume.
It pays to be faster than the enemy, mentally and physically. Double time gives Bangalore a speed boost while she is being fired at by the enemy. This is useful in a variety of situations. If you're getting shot at while trying to reach cover, the speed boost will enable you to reach safety faster, meaning you can reach cover and heal or recover your shield sooner without taking more damage from being in plain sight. Or you can use Bangalore as a distraction, get her to run from cover to another point, drawing fire towards her before legging it in a different direction or taking out the enemy. It continues to work for a second after the shots cease as well. Double time also works aggressively. If you have a short-range weapon, like my personal favourite, the Peacekeeper, and are stuck dealing with an enemy who is shooting maniacally in your direction, you will reach the enemy faster, giving you ideal opportunity to shotgun them close range in and around the face to maximise damage. Think of double time as your chance to either save a teammate from being eliminated or to save yourself from being downed, all while looking pretty cool. Combine double time with sliding for extra speed and you'll be able to fly into combat situations. Smoke is incredibly effective in Apex Legends. The basis of the ability is to cloak your team with thick smoke and to confuse the opponent. Not letting the enemy be able to see you with the smoke launcher has a range of advantages. For example, if you're trying to reach a downed ally who's being shot at, pop Bangalore's smoke at them as they crawl away, lowering the enemy's visibility. This will either force the enemy to stop shooting, find a new direction to attack, or to start randomly shooting in the direction of said smoke canister in hopes of hitting you or your ally, which will also trigger double time. Smoke launcher could also be used as a large distraction. Use the smoke canister on the door of a house containing the enemy team. This will make them look towards it, expecting you to come out of it guns blazing. Use that momentary distraction to flank around and come through a different door. The enemy, frustrated at not being able to see the opponent, but so desperate to get the kill, will head into the smoke to try and finish you off. That's where your team could wait to strike, either inside the smoke itself or on the other side. Prepare for it by remembering where the enemy originally was and the most plausible place they will arrive, and you've got yourself a very dangerous trap. You could even use a downed ally as bait, with their permission, of course, maybe. And remember, you get 2 charges of this ability before it needs to reload, so don't worry if you mess up your first shot. Better still, you can fire the canisters off in opposing directions, either to cover a larger area or create lines of smoke in front of and behind the enemy. That'll confuse them. What other legends work well with this ability? Wraith, using the smoke as a precursor before going invisible thanks to her tactical ability into the void, can then flank around enemies still looking at the smoke in hopes of a glimpse. Caustic's Nox Gas Grenade and Nox Gas Trap with the smoke can cause absolute mayhem, and for the super combo involving Bloodhound, well, you'll just have to wait for that reveal in a few more minutes. The same name as your rock band, Rolling Thunder, is eloquently named after throwing a marker on the ground before a collection of shells fall on the surrounding area. These shells, after sticking to the ground, will explode, causing AoE damage. Want more specific times for that mid-max experience? Once the beacon you throw hits the ground, it will take 3 seconds for the shells to begin to fall. Said shells will not explode until all deployed are on the ground. The more altitude the beacon has, the quicker they will hit the floor. The shells will explode 3 seconds after the final one hits the floor. Remember that the shells will explode in the order that they fell, so take that into account. Rolling Thunder can be used to do damage against enemies who are behind cover. The missiles come from above, which means they won't be able to block it unless they're in a building with a roof. You will find anyone who is using cover and is then confronted with this ultimate ability will definitely abandon the safety of their large boulder that blocks your bullets, giving you the opportunity to do damage with your weapons while the shells also hurt them. Enemies also suffer a shell-shocked effect that slows their movement, further hindering their ability to escape. You can use Rolling Thunder to contain an enemy inside a building. As I said earlier, you won't cause damage to anyone who is under a roof when the shells drop, but if they decide to leave safety, they will be met with the angriest rain of all time. Staying inside till it's over is smart, so use this knowledge as a way of containing an enemy inside while your teammates, who can't be damaged by your ultimate, surround the building to attack. Remember that you can be damaged by Rolling Thunder, so try not to throw it at your feet. Who works best with Bangalore's Rolling Thunder? My current favourite is Gibraltar's ultimate defensive bombardment. If you use it 3 seconds after throwing Rolling Thunder's beacon, it will cause the shells fired by Rolling Thunder to explode earlier due to Gibraltar's explosions, creating more destruction and explosions for all in that area. Rolling Thunder is also a great counter to Gibraltar's Dome of Protection, as the shells go straight through it before exploding within. Bloodhound, an apt name for an expert tracker, is known across the Outlands as one of the greatest game hunters the Frontier has ever seen. And that's about all anyone knows. We have no information on their real name, age, or homeworld. We don't even know the name of the crow, so I've gone with Greg. Bloodhound works well with any team thanks to their ability to locate enemies. Think of Bloodhound as your advanced scout, and with communication, they will guide you to victory. So, in the name of the All-Father and Greg the Crow, let's have a look at what Bloodhound can do. Tracker does exactly what you expect. It enables you to see markings on the ground via a cursor, which lets you know enemy movements and actions from the past. The indicators range from reloading to doors opened and even kills. The indicator stays on screen for 60 seconds and will slowly change opacity from red to white. If you look at the indicator directly, you will see the precise time the action happened. You will notice that dark red means it just happened between 0 to 15 seconds ago, changing from dark red to red for 15 to 30 seconds, light red for 30 to 45 seconds, and white for 45 to 60 seconds. Triggering your tactical ability, Eye of the All-Father, will also help you figure out where the baddies are more precisely, but we'll get to that. Generally use Tracker as information to make decisions for your next plan of attack. If you notice the door has been opened only 20 seconds ago and you barely have any ammo left, maybe that fight isn't worth having. Similarly, you could find yourself and your team in a great situation and wanting to plow forward. Use the indicators as a guide to where the enemy could be so you can plan a sneak attack with less guessing. This ability benefits from strong communication. Bloodhound is the only one who can see the indicators, so you need to let your team know what you've witnessed via speaking or using the ping wheel. I've found someone has been there as quite effective to tell the team that you believe the enemy has been in the area, for obvious reasons, plus specific markers seen by Bloodhound can be pinged for your team.
Someone traveled through here recently.
Eye of the All-Father, when triggered, releases an orange bubble which scans the local area and will tell you if enemies are within your vicinity. This is an incredibly useful ability for anyone who is finding them or their team in a close range firefight with an enemy group who is doing a lot of running between cover or is trying to escape. It will only reveal the position the enemy was in when the Eye of the All-Father was triggered. But team this new information up with Tracker and you will find the baddie in no time. The drawback for this nifty ability is everyone looking at or near you can see you activate the scan bubble, so you may inadvertently reveal your position. A way around this is to use it in a building. The scan will go through walls, but view of the bubble will be hidden for a longer period of time to people outside the room you used it in. This is an ability, due to its short range, best utilised with a short-ranged weapon. Quickly learn where the enemies are and strike. Eye of the Allfather works well with nearly every ultimate and ability other legends possess. Need to figure out whether it's safe to use Lifeline's DOC heal drone, or if you want to find out if there are enemies behind that particular cover for Bangalore or Gibraltar, use Eye of the Allfather. Bloodhound is the pineapple for any pizza. I don't mean that, please stay, I'm very lonely. As an aggressive player with a history in fast first-person shooters, I tend to jump into a situation with hope that I can cause as much noise and chaos as possible. Anyway, enough about why I'm banned from my local library. Beast of the Hunt is an attack-minded player's dream ultimate. The ability increases your speed and gives you a unique black and white perspective, whilst also highlighting every enemy in your view dark red. That means you can go into any situation knowing exactly where the enemies are for 35 seconds, which is enough time to wipe a team out of the battle and then high-five Greg the Crow. The speed boost from Beast of the Hunt is the same speed as Bangalore's double time, but doesn't require being shot at first for it to trigger. Use this speed boost and the information you are suddenly given to rush into a location whilst using a short-range weapon to cause maximum pain. You can also use Beast of the Hunt for long-range attacks. Trigger it while overlooking a location and all enemies in the area you are viewing will turn dark red, giving you a chance to either attack or scout targets. But up close and personal is where Beast of the Hunt really shines for those great, quick team wipe moments. So what does this great ultimate work well with, especially as it feels like such a solo killing monster? This is where Bangalore comes in. Beast of the Hunt works perfectly well with Bangalore's smoke canisters. Get Bangalore to surround the enemy team in smoke before activating Beast of the Hunt, which will enable Bloodhound to see through the smoke. So while the enemy moves about aimlessly, you can go in, possibly with a cheeky flank, and destroy. Or you can throw the smoke canister onto Bloodhound during a mid-range fight. Bloodhound turns on Beast before laying down precise fire at the enemies while they have no real clue where the shooting is coming from, thanks to Bangalore.
Like and share if you enjoyed the video and think others might benefit from this, and of course subscribe and hit the notification button if you are new to the channel and want to be notified every time we post a video.